Good day, everyone. My name is Pavlo Kuznietsov, and I will be presenting a report on analysis of the impact of water use and consumption by a nuclear power plant on changes in hydrological and temperature conditions of river, a case study. Operation of a nuclear power plant consume a large amount of water and discharge into nearby water bodies. Water resources assessment refers to the comprehensive analysis and evaluation of the sustainability of water intake, water use, and wastewater discharge, as well as the impact on the water environment based on basin or integrated planning water resource. For the aquatic environment, wastewater discharge was emphasized in the impact assessment for all the environment. However, water use and water consumption were ignored. Concerted efforts are required to prioritize the vulnerable areas, optimally conserve soil and water resources for a better tomorrow. It is widely acknowledged that water use and water consumption are for great importance. The implementation of the Water Framework Directive provides a legal framework, sustainability management, and protection of freshwater resources. The Water Framework Directive states that the good ecological status surface water bodies should be achieved. To determine the ecological status of surface water bodies, hydrological, chemical, and physicochemical indicators should be taken into account. Thus, improvement action required where hydrological indicators affect the ecological status of surface water bodies. The basis for the alteration of the hydrological regime is to determine changes in the current hydrological indicators water bodies. The assessment of hydrological alteration is carried out by the range of variability broad RV. The RVA requires an assessment based on difference in the characteristic of the flow between two defined periods. The object of research is the hydrological alteration and water temperature of the river in the zone of water use and consumption. Rivne nuclear power plant under the influence of discharge of return water from open recirculating system. We study used the daily flow monitoring results. The water temperature of the Still River during monitoring varied in the range mean max 0.3 to 24.6 degrees Celsius. Thus, before and after return water discharge, the Still River water temperature has increased by up to 1.11 degrees Celsius in the summer season and by up to 0.7 degrees Celsius in the winter season. The Still River flow during monitoring at Rivne PP hydrological post varied in the range from 10 to 63 cubic meter per second, mean 27 cubic meter per second, standard deviation 18 cubic meter per second. The flow water intake in NPP varied in the range from 0.8 to 2.4 cubic meter per second. Mean is 1.41 cubic meter per second. Standard deviation 0.15 cubic meter per second. The flow discharge return water in NPP varied in the range from 0.15 to 0.67 cubic meter per second. Mean is 0.31 cubic meter per second. Standard deviation 0.2 cubic meter per second. The correlation between the Still River water temperature values before and after the discharge is positively significant at the very strong level. The Pearson correlation coefficient is 0.1134. The decrease in the river flow with the increase in the amount of water discharge to the river by the Rivne NPP is not related, as the discharge is only 10% of the river flow. The higher water discharge is due to the technological mode of operation of the open recirculating system and is observed during the warm season when the river flow is minimal. The hydrological alteration of the Still River by the average annual flow QA, low flow QAL, and maximum flow QDL. In 2018 to 2022, are characterized as low and moderate. Average daily flow and average monthly flow are characterized as low. The term low suggests that the impact might be minimal some components while moderate indicators a more noticeable but still manageable level of the hydrological alteration. Statistical indicators by module of hydrological alterations to river in the impact zone show largest variation for the maximum values of the average daily flow. The smallest variation are observed for the annual flow. The presenting data on the seasonal minimum and maximum flows of the Still River are comparable to the NDVI data. In 2019 and 2020, during the warm season, minimum discharge are observed, which can be identified as period of low water. The hydrological regime of the Still River is characterized by a distinct type of spring flood and summer low water mark. As you can see from the slide, the coastal land plots get flooded in spring floods significantly exceed the area of the Still River Channel. To determine the ecological status of surface water bodies, hydrological indicators should be taken into account as industrial objects that consume water can change the hydrological and temperature regimes. Therefore, the Still River water flows has seasonal variation. The results of the study indicators that the remnant PP doesn't affect the Still River hydrological alteration. Therefore, doesn't require optimization as hydrological indicators and the changes do not affect the ecological status and do not impede the achievement of the Water Framework Directive goals. Thank you for your attention.